MLB The Show 25 is officially here on early access, and instantly, the game mode that is sweeping the nation is Diamond Quest, as it features awesome, magnetic gameplay with some of the best rewards in all of Diamond Dynasty for MLB 25. I've got a lot of questions from people who've yet to play or yet to touch Diamond Quest. What exactly is it, and how do you be good at Diamond Quest? Because there's lots of great rewards there. We're going to talk about it, a full tutorial on Diamond Quest in MLB 25. Leave a like down below on this video. Let me know your thoughts on the brand new game mode, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. So let's break it down. Diamond Quest has multiple different game boards featuring different rewards that you can target. For each game board, you're going after the rare and epic tier exclusive rewards that can only be found in Diamond Quest. And these are the basics. So first of all, with the die that you roll, if you get a lucky 6, you get a positive perk. If you get a unlucky 1, you get a negative perk. Pretty straightforward. You're going to roll the dice. You are obviously the Diamond Dynasty symbol on the very left on this board. We rolled a 4, and we're looking to eventually get to the stadiums on the very right side of the map. And that big, scary guy, the fiery baseball in the middle, is what we call the zone sweeper. As we make different moves throughout this Diamond Quest board, the zone sweeper is going to seemingly follow us and chase us around. However, if you pay close attention, the zone sweeper always moves in a patterned rectangle-like shape, so you can always predetermine where they are going to go. Now, if you run into the zone sweeper, you are going to play a legend difficulty game, which is obviously a little bit scary, but don't worry, if you were to lose, you don't lose all your progress within this Diamond Quest, but you will get negative perks, and you will lose peanuts. What the hell are peanuts? Peanuts are basically an in-game currency that you can earn while traveling across the Diamond Quest board, and when you get them, you take them over to Coach's shop, who is a mystery square throughout the Diamond Quest board, and you can purchase special perks. You get perks all the time through completing challenges within the game mode, but these ones are specifically going to be some of the very best. As you go across the board, you're going to have different challenges that pop up, such as this one, where we have to strike out 2 batters and not give up 2 runs. Now, you could play or forfeit. Notice that with a win, it increases rare and epic reward chance by 3%, with the possibility to increase 6% for this quest. Which, what does that mean? Well, again, for the actual exclusive rare and epic tier rewards for that specific Diamond Quest map, doing more things within the game mode will increase the odds that these will actually fall to you. You notice the higher difficulty, the more likelihood that you're going to get them. 100% chance means if you play the final stadium challenge on that difficulty and win the game, you are guaranteed to get that rare or epic reward. Anything shy of 100% does not guarantee that you will get that card, which obviously creates a big risk versus reward of what difficulty do you play on so you can actually still get the cards. And we'll talk about that in just a second, but do note, when challenges come up, you can forfeit. However, that decreases the odds that you are going to get these top cards. Simply put, in terms of strategy, you do not want to decrease any possible chance of getting these cards. The greater chance, the better, because you don't want to go through this whole map for nothing. So play these challenges even if you are not going to go throughout the whole game board. Because that is, of course, the next question. Do you go across and discover every single square within the Diamond Quest board, or do you make a more beeline pace to the Stadium Challenge, play at a higher difficulty, and try and get the card right away? And now remember, for every Diamond Quest board, every card reward that is available is repeatable. You can get the 87 Garrett Crochet as many times as you would like. The 87 Travis Bazzana, you can get 50 different times, keep one, and sell the other 49 to make tons of stubs. And speaking of the rewards, we'll show them off briefly. Bazzana, he's been one of my favorite cards within Diamond Dynasty so far early on in MLB The Show 25. He is as well balanced as they come. He is exceptional. And for the same Diamond Quest board, you've also got at the elite tier in 87 Pipeline Series Noah Schultz, one of the best southpaw starting pitchers within Diamond Dynasty. And within any Diamond Quest board, each Stadium Challenge offers different card rewards. For example, on the right end of this map, you get Chase Burns as the rare card and Travis Bazzana as epic. And on the opposite side, you've got Matt Shaw as the rare reward and then Noah Schultz as your epic. So depending on who you want, you do have to make sure and actually pay attention to go after them first. Now, I would say the biggest question that you have to answer as a player for Diamond Quest is, what type of player are you? Do you consider yourself a good player that can handle the high difficulties from Legend to even GOAT difficulty, which, let me say, playing through GOAT difficulty, that's some of the gameplay you're seeing here. Very fast pitch speeds. The break is incredibly hard, but my God, when you get a hold of a pitch, does it feel very good? But if we're being realistic, a lot of players are simply not going to have a good time playing on GOAT, Legend, even Hall of Fame difficulty. They might want to stick to the lower difficulties. And again, that creates that conundrum. Do you want to play high difficulty, increase your odds at getting the epic and the rare card rewards, what you're essentially going after, but risk possibly losing and getting nothing? Because that's the kicker. As you go throughout the Diamond Quest board, you'll get different packs. Bronze player packs, silver player packs, the show packs, and much more. But if you lose the Stadium Challenge, you lose everything. You don't get a single reward for the time that you played. On the flip side, if you choose to play an easier, more comfortable to win Stadium Challenge difficulty, you risk possibly not getting the reward because your percent drop rate is not high enough. Of course, remember, you could get the card at 1% drop rate. It is not very likely, but it is possible. Also remember, even at 99% or 90%, very close to guaranteed, you are still technically not guaranteed. You are completely at mercy to RNGesus here. And certainly there's not people that love the fact that whether they get rewarded the cards they're actually going for or not depends on essentially a simulated dice roll. They're not fans of that. But that's how Diamond Quest works, and it's molded after one of those classic roguelike board games that features similar reward paths. So it gives you the option. If you're a player who's looking to make stubs, it might make sense to go down, make a straight path to the Stadium Challenge where you can vie for those big epic rewards like your Noah Schultz, your Travis Bazzana, and Garrett Crochet. As long as you're willing to play on a high difficulty like GOAT difficulty, which normally guarantees you the rare card and really has a high drop rate for the epic card, that is a sound concept. But again, you really have to be prepared for those high difficulties, because if you lose, you get nothing. On the flip side, if you were to go through every single square while avoiding the zone sweeper, if you do beat the zone sweeper, by the way, there is some benefits. You can get 5 the show packs as well as the clear for takeoff perk, which probably is the best in the game as it increases exit velocity on those normal X swings. It is really good. If you touch all the grass, cover every square, and do all the different challenges, you're going to have a lot larger chance at still getting the cards while maybe not having to play at that GOAT or Legend difficulty. Regardless, I think you still will want to play maybe all-star level at least, so you can have a good balance of chance to be rewarded as well as a good chance for you to win the game. Because you obviously don't want to spend all the time playing the Diamond Quest to get nothing because you lost your Stadium Challenge. And on the flip side, you don't want to spend all the time playing to not get the cards you were going for because you didn't play at a high enough difficulty. Now, a couple more in-depth tips within Diamond Quest. The coach's cart, I highly suggest going after that. It is pretty easy, once again, to avoid the zone sweeper. Their moves are predictable, so if you can get back to the coach's cart while having a good amount of peanuts, these perks that you're going to get significantly help you out, especially early on in Diamond Dynasty when your cards are probably not that good. These perks are kind of essential, and they're going to make things like GOAT difficulty and Legend difficulty far more easier. I also, personally, think it is not a bad idea when you get into tough situations within gameplay to lay down a push bunt to the second baseman. You would not believe how successful even poor bunters will be at pushing one to the second base side and getting you out of the double play possibility. And also sometimes you'll get base hits out of this too. Look, I don't feel good about myself bunting against another human, but when it's against the computer, I really don't give a shit. I would like to get rewards. I don't care about the computer's feelings. And one more important thing, as you complete challenges, and as I mentioned, you get a higher drop rate at receiving these exclusive, rare, and elite players within that specific Diamond Quest board. If you back out, make sure that you hit save and exit. Do not hit the top two buttons. That would go very poorly for you, and it will reset your progress. Make sure you hit the bottom button, back out, and that is how you can see the most updated percentages of your drop rates. And that really is Diamond Quest. I really like this game mode. There has been a couple occasions I have gone through the whole board. I played on All-Star difficulty, did not get the epic reward. I was not very happy about that, and it definitely deterred me from playing for a little longer, but that's the give and take. I've also had instances where I manned up, played on GOAT difficulty, hit a big 2-run shot that wound up in me winning that game, and I got both Travis Bazzana and Chase Burns in one fell swoop, and it took me about 15 minutes time because I instantly went from the beginning of the board all the way up to the Stadium Challenge, and I got those guys. It is definitely something that pushes people to play at higher difficulties, and it is not for everybody, but I highly suggest that you give it a chance, and if you play throughout all of the board, you're going to get some good rewards, and hopefully you get those epics, because not only are they great cards for your team, they're also chances at stubs to help improve your team in other places, help finish out collections, help add on cards to positional needs. Diamond Quest is the exact mode that I never knew we needed, but it is completely changing the way that we grind offline in MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty. If you guys have already had a chance to try out Diamond Quest, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Have you gotten some good rewards from it so far? If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, and thank you guys so much for watching.